that he never panicked because they were always so close. And he said the bye week, everything fell into place. And he's right. They've been 4-0 since the bye, and this is the best 4-game stretch to finish a regular season in Tom Brady's career. Rob Gronkowski's played 147 games in his career with Brady, and he told me these 4 games have been incredible. But those that haven't been around Brady are experiencing playoff Tom Brady for the first time this week. I'm told anything that wasn't right this week was corrected and done immediately. Usually pull somebody off to the side. This week, Rich, he did it right in front of everybody, addressed it right away.
And these are just some numbers that, quite honestly, I mean, let's shoot it straight here. For the first half of the season, maybe for the first 2/3 of the season, going into their bye week in week 13, we didn't know if Brady had any shot of having some best of his career numbers or best in a long time numbers as his 2020 season. He had 40 touchdown passes, Kurt Warner, which is the most in his incredible off-the-charts 2007 undefeated regular season with Randy Moss and the Patriots. And we have this topic bar at the bottom of the screen thanks to the way that he and the Bucs finished up after that bye week. What has impressed you most about Tom Brady's first non-Patriot season, Kurt?
Well, Rich, it's exactly what James was talking about. I mean, it felt like for 20 years when he was in New England, what we always said come December is now they're rounding into form. Doesn't really matter what happens the first 3 months of the season. It's what happens the last month. And amazingly, now he goes down to Tampa, and you talked about it. There were some ups and downs, and we weren't sure if he was going to get it all put together. Well, come December, it's the same old playoff Tom Brady, rounding into form, playing his best football, and garnering the guys around him to play their best football. And that, to me, is what's most impressive. Having played in the league, it is tough to flip that switch just because it comes playoff time, but it seems like Tom Brady has an extra means of being able to say, hey, I know what time it is. Let's flip it. Let's play our best football, and let's make a run.
And then bringing the rest of the team with him. First time, again, the Buccaneers have made the playoffs since 2008, and he's the one to go ahead and do that. Looks like Kurt Warner's made a GCP in his suit game. Well done. Stepping it up for the playoffs. Way to go. GCP. Number 13. Last year, as we all know, okay, very good. Last year, as we all know, Tom Brady got one and done by Mike Vrabel in New England, former teammate of his. And look who's coming to town to try and one and done the Buffalo Bills in their first 13-win season since 1991. Mr. Comeback himself, Frank Reich, now the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. That's the first game of the wild card weekend. Kim Jones in Orchard Park, New York.
That's right, Rich Eisen. Well, first home playoff game for the Bills in 25 years, and first game with fans all season. 6,700 Bills fans, and I bet they'll sound louder. Meanwhile, back in 2017, when Sean McDermott became the Bills head coach, he challenged his players to envision a home playoff game in the cold of January with the salt crunching under their cleats. A few years later, that's exactly where these Bills are today. Rich?
And then this scene from Buffalo Bills practice, they're dancing to Can't Touch This, for those wondering.
MC Hammer?
Oh,
hey, Hammer time.
Wow,
ain't nobody been able to touch him lately.
And look at Josh Allen getting down there.
He can't dance. Look at him.
Well, I mean, hopefully. Loose hips. Okay, so the Buffalo Bills, since week 12, since basically that Hail Murray, losing to the Hail Murray, they haven't lost, and they've just been on tilt. They have been on tilt. Every number you see on the screen, best in the National Football League. Diggs, Allen, off the charts. The defense have also tightened the bolts. Luch, Herb, take it away.
Yeah, that's so good. A quarter of a century since they've hosted a playoff game in Orchard Park. Are you kidding me? Mike, talk about the biggest concern for the Bills today.
Well, Coach, and a couple things here, man. You heard these guys talking about how Tom Brady is on that playoff level thing because that pressure in the playoffs brings about different things. I always say to people, pressure does one or two things. It makes the good fold, but makes the great focus. See, Tom Brady focused. Tom Brady focused. But last year, This young man, Josh Allen, he actually folded.
He did.
He folded in it because they were up 13-0 at halftime, coach, and then they ended up losing this game 22-19 to the Texans because they could not stand the moment. That's what worries me today. Can they handle the moment? You just see how great they played all the last 6 games, but can they handle the moment? Now, speaking of memorable moments marked in history, Stephon Diggs knows how to handle the moment. We remember that 61-yarder he had in 2017. He did it all year. He'll do it again today for the Bills.
Those are moments. Let me just talk about a general idea, because this Colts team is a very well-coached team.
Yes, they are.
They do not beat themselves, all right?
Yeah.
They are the only team in the AFC that's top 10 on offense and defense and scoring. They're the only team in the AFC that's top 10 in offense and defense and total offense. This is a team that's primed for the playoffs, right? They run the ball, they stop the run, and that's a good recipe for playoff success in possible inclement weather. This is going to be, that's the concern. This is a good football team.
And that's why the Bills better be ready, Coach, because this team is a good team. I'm telling you.
Rich, are you ready? Take it from us.
I am ready.
We this close, man. We this close to perfection. We are living the dream. Where else would you rather be?
Are you scared? I'm only scared of carbohydrates, Coach.
We'll stop them twice, dadgummit. We gotta empty the tank. Fourth quarter, what a game is won. That's right.
Why can't it ever be easy?
Man, look, we don't want it easy.
Why it gotta be like this?
Here comes Henry to the left. Throws a man down. Oh!
You threw him into the suites.
I want to see that on the NFL Network, too. A voiceover and everything.
You got it. Noted. It all starts the wild card week. Super wild card weekend starts later on at the end of this show. We'll take you to kickoff on CBS. Iron Eagle and our buddy Charles Davis with the call on that one. Ravens and Titans are going to kick things off tomorrow with our friends from the Monday Night Football crew on ESPN and ABC. And then Sunday Night Football, Alan, Chris, and the gang wrap things up. That's your Browns and Steelers matchup for the 6 teams vying to join the Chiefs in divisional playoff weekend. And that's how we kick things to the Lowe's home studio, Mooch.
All right, thanks, Rich. Let's talk AFC, okay?
Let's do it.
And I'll start with Kurt. Kurt, which AFC team has the best chance to get to that Super Bowl?
Well, interesting, Coach, because you said team. And so a lot of times we're going to look and say, okay, what team is the most balanced team, can beat you the most ways? But when I look at the Chiefs, we look at and we see Patrick Mahomes. And so for me, I've got to look for a team that has a quarterback that's playing with confidence like a Patrick Mahomes. And I'm going to go straight to the Buffalo Bills. We saw Josh Allen dancing a little bit earlier